with this piece, Monday by Ludovico Einaudi. As every Monday, I say welcome in to the living room and thank you so much for being here and choosing to spend some time with us and listen to the music we play today. It is September the 8th. We are in a very special week at the moment because not only will we have free streams this week, kind of as always, only 2 of those will be regular streams, and the third one will be a 24-hour celebration stream for 5 years on Twitch and almost 1 year as a full-time musician. Preparations are coming along very well, so I'm very happy to tell you more on Wednesday. We also have a new EP releasing during the 24-hour stream, and it got handed in to the streaming services yesterday, so should be well on its way and hopefully ready once we go live on Saturday this week. Hope everyone is well though. Hope you had a great weekend. Sorry for the problems at the start. It seems my PC can't really handle when anything is connected when it shouldn't be or not connected when it should be. So I found out I have to turn off my ePiano when I start my PC, but I have to turn on the cameras for everything to work. Then I have to start the PC and then turn on the ePiano. Any other way, something gets fucked up. Don't ask how that works, but that's how it works, you know? It's still magic to me, all of it. Finn, long time no see. Stallion man, thank you so much for being here today as a mod. And Finn, so good to see you. It's so lovely for you to check in every few months or weeks. I feel like you do find the time to say hi, and I appreciate that. I'm doing good. Right now, full-time preparation mode again for next Saturday. You know me well, so most of it was done last minute. But that's how I roll, you know? That's how I get stuff done. And so far, it's going, it's looking like a great stream is ahead of us, you know? I have a few nice ideas. We have about 4 guests confirmed so far. One of them is going to be here live. There might be a special appearance as well at some point. We don't know, like a lot can happen. Steenway is of course here. Yeah. And the EP is releasing. It started out as I have those 4 tracks lying around that kind of fit together. And then we reached our donation goal. And all of a sudden it became real. And I had no idea about what I want to do with the cover. And then when I was traveling to Hamburg, it made like click. And I had this one idea while waiting for the train. And it all came together. It looks great, I can tell you. I won't show you yet. The season ticket owners, like Finn, by the way, thank you so much for the 5 months. I appreciate that. The season ticket owners, so the subs and all the people supporting me on Ko-fi, if you head over to Discord into the lounge, which is the room specifically only for supporters with a little bit of behind the scenes stuff, you know, I already posted the cover art there, so a little bit of a teaser ahead of time for you guys as a way to say thank you. But again, on Wednesday we release the cover art. I'm gonna tell you how it came together, what the idea was, who was working on it, because spoiler alert, the last 3 times I used photographs I made myself, right, for the cover art. This time someone else was involved as well, and I'm very excited to announce that and talk about it. The person who was involved can't be there for the 24-hour stream, but they sent their regards and prepared a little behind the scenes video for us that I'm gonna show on Wednesday. So on Wednesday we're gonna talk a bit about how that came together, and then during the 24-hour stream on Saturday at 4 p.m. it's gonna hit, if everything goes as planned. The EP is gonna hit the shelves or, well, the digital shelves, right? Appearing on all the streaming platforms and stuff like that. Nihilus, thank you for listening today. Thanks Marlis for joining us. And Mark, attending live isn't still an option. It's still an option. If you want to come down for the weekend, I've got a couch for you, man. Feel free. I just figure after the IRL streamer showcase this weekend, or well, last weekend now, you probably need some time to recharge, right? Also, Mark, let us know in chat, how was the streamer showcase? And maybe how many of you in chat have been able to attend? I sadly have to go back to watch the VOD at some point. Shame on me. I did not find the time during the weekend. But maybe some of you have been there live. Maybe some of you have been watching on Mark's channel. Let me know, how did you like it? And well, I guess we can announce that Mark will also be attending us during the 24-hour streams. He's one of the guests, actually. He'll be here digitally, as you just heard, of course. And we're going to talk a little bit about, well, first of all, how we met actually, and how working together happened, and also about the IRL streamer showcase, how that came together, maybe hopefully a little bit behind the scenes, what was involved in creating this event, get a little bit of insight, and then also talk a little bit about last year was the first time Mark organized this with the team. This year was the second time, and I'm very excited to hear about what Mark thinks, or you think worked better, what things you still want to improve, what things you were happy with in general or this year compared to last year, all these small little tidbits of info. It's going to be good. So if you want to check out the IRL streamer showcase, please do at Mark's channel. Will also at some point be uploaded to YouTube, I think, if it isn't there already. Mark has more info about this, and then we'll talk a little bit about it during the 24-hour celebration. Mark will be with us at what did we say? 10, I think, 10 p.m. So a late guest, but a welcome one. Finn says, unfortunately, couldn't make it either. I hope the showcase was amazing. To which Mark replies, was great. The second day really added so much. Right. This is something I only noticed quite late, that this summer was 2 days. Gave people more opportunity to connect with, less time pressure and jam and all the good things. Yeah, I can imagine. Last year it was a bit in between, right? But I can see that a lot of people last year wanted to or would have stayed longer, right? And some of them hang out the next day, so I can imagine that being a great addition for everyone. And Mark, thank you. I wish I could have been there, and I wish I could have found the time and energy to say hi during the weekend, while you guys were live. But well, I hope and I just know that you had a great time, yeah. Who knows? Maybe next year I'll be able to finally attend again. Alright, so a little bit about today. Today we'll be here for 4 hours, just as always. First hour, I'll play a few things I chose. I put in a few things into the song list that you can see here. Ooh, no. Double action. We don't need me twice. Once is too much already. There we go. So many commands that don't work anymore. Don't know what's happening there. Probably OBS updates. So yeah, I have about 4 songs left, I think, for the next 30 minutes. That's enough, I guess. Plenty, especially with talking in between. And then after that, we'll do 2 hours of your requests. We do have a song list that you can check out here if you don't know. On Mondays, we only play piano pieces, so we're just going for those chill tunes, you know. If you request anything that involves singing or rapping, I will either try to do an instrumental, or if that doesn't work, I'll just let you know and we replace the song with something else. And then, yeah, last hour, we'll see what happens. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever we're up to, right? All right. Still not quite happy with this camera here. But I don't want to show too much of my screen either. Like this? Eh. Also, do we maybe put it a bit higher? Oh, I don't know. We'll do it sometime else. Why am I always figuring out these things on stream, huh? Welcome in, Tom. Good to see you. Just note, the songs are still closed. We'll start requests in half an hour. Around 3 p.m. Welcome in, Thistle. This was Snap Out of It by Arctic Monkeys. And now we're continuing with a song by Coldplay called The Scientist. Thank you so much, Old Breezel, for being here. Thanks for the caps. I hope you're all having a great start to the week. Let us know what you got planned for today. Welcome in, Oslev. Thank you so much for this 56 months. Holy shit. We got an RG in our midst. Dominic. Oh my god, 61 months. That's so much. Sane, still counting. So proud to be here since this project was starting. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here since this project started. Same to Oslev. It's amazing that you guys got those first badges, you know, and you're still around. You're still here to support my music and my work. And we've come so far, right? Saturday, 24-hour stream will be a celebration of all that. So thank you so much. And thank you, Oslev, you kind soul, for gifting 5 subs even to the community. I appreciate your support, man. Thank you so much. And now Ski Bro, thanks so much for joining us. Thank you so much for the 100. You kind soul, welcome in. Stallion, man, you wouldn't have to do this. Thank you so much for the 200. This was, well, these days I probably gotta say one of the oldest songs by Coldplay, which is such a weird feeling because I still remember this playing on the radio. But yeah, it is one of the oldest songs by this band. It's called The Scientist. And guys, thank you all so much for your support right now. If I'm not mistaken, because don't have the dashboard open right now. But I think there might be a hype train going on. Oh yes, there is, and it's already on level 3. Thank you so much, guys. Holy shit. And Stallion Man, thanks also for the on-screen celebration for the 333. Didn't even see that until now. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. It means a lot. And it helps me, you know, continue doing this with you guys. The next two pieces, before we probably go into your requests as well, are two pieces by a composer called Dustin O'Halloran. I frequently play a piece by him called An Ending, a Beginning, which I really like. It's this one. Right, and so on. And I found out this morning that I have two more pieces by him on my song list that I barely played. So why not dust off the sheet music, you know, get into it. One is called Opus 23, the other one is called Prelude 2. I have no idea what's ahead of me because, again, I haven't played those in a long, long time. But I'm excited about it. We'll see. Worst that can happen is a little bit of oomphing around, you know, some blue notes. Worst thing that can happen is we make it jazz, right? Came Stairs, hey, so good to see you again. How are you doing? I think I haven't read you in chat for a while. So thanks for saying hi again. All right, let's see what we got here. Let me check the key first. It's such a weird key. Barely playing this one. 6 flats. Jesus Christ, I hate it. Wait a second. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. Oh god, this is so weird. Alright. Let's improvise a bit in that key so I get used to it. Well, I guess after a little bit, we got into the right direction. It's such a weird key. Yeah, it's G flat major, or rather in this case, oh no, I think it was mostly major. Yeah, it's a weird key. To play, and especially by sheet. For some reason, hear me out, like, oftentimes it's like the C and the F are the two notes that are unbothered by the flats or the, or the sharps. And it's oftentimes like easy to remember, it's just those two who stay the same and then everything else goes up or down. But with 6 flats, you also have a flat on the C, and that's what's putting me out most. It's so weird to not play a C if you read a C and instead play a B, you know? Because it's not a flat, it's just like well, it is a flat, but you know what I mean? It's not like a black key, it's not like easily like, okay, instead of the white one, you play the black one. No, here you just gotta go down one. And that's very irritating if you're not used to it. Well, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this one. Mark says it feels a bit like Lord of the Rings. The piece itself, or what I improvised before? Yeah, 6 flats is horror. Finn. I do agree. I do agree there. Also, Chris, it is good to read you in chat, and Lexi, thank you for joining us after getting a gift suck, a gift suck, a gift sub, from Oslav. Also, your first time in chat, I just see. So, welcome in. I hope you enjoy your time with us. All right, there's one more that I want to play. I think this one is a bit easier to sight read. It's the Prelude 2, also by Dustin O'Halloran. This one, though, instead of being played with 6 flats, it's just being played without flats at all. It's an A minor. Nice. A gift what? I was not offered one of those. You haven't yet, Stallion Man. You need to work your way into the inner circle. That's what she said. Jesus Christ, can we please stop? And yes, I'm saying that to myself. The Prelude 2, we got about 10 minutes. Because of the issues we had in the beginning, though, our ad breaks are a bit moved today. So I gotta fix that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play this piece, and in about 7 minutes I'm gonna start a 3-minute ad run. Again, as always, we don't do this to, suck a few cents out of you guys, and you pay with your rage and your annoyance. No, this is just so anyone who's joining us for the first time during the coming hour won't get any pre-roll ads, won't get shoot off by having to endure 3 minutes of ads before they can listen to someone they don't even know yet. So thank you so much for that. I will open the song list during that time, so at least while you endure the ads, feel free to just, tab out during that time. You can check out the song list. I will post a link in chat now, and during the next hour or two, we do requests. Whatever you request today will be played as a piano instrumental, since we have Piano Mondays today. If you want to hear me sing or rap, for example, as well, or loop, feel free to come back on Wednesday. On Friday this week, by the way, let me say that at this point, we won't have a stream. Just so you know, we have our 24-hour celebration starting on 10 a.m. on Saturday the 13th, and we will stream at least until 10 a.m. on Sunday. I know myself, probably more. Last time we did this was 26.5, I think. So we'll see how long it goes. However, I want to take at least the day before to prepare for this, right? if I learned one thing from the last 24-hour streams we did, is preparation is key, sleeping enough beforehand is key, and hydrating often enough, eating enough, and at the right times, all that. So again, I really want to make sure, to do this right. This is not like a 24-hour stream to ruin my health or to show how dangerous it is to stay awake for such a long time. So yeah. So no stream on Friday is what I'm saying. However, we do have 24 hours of this afterwards from Saturday to Sunday. So it would be lovely for you to join for a bit. Of course, you don't have to stay for the whole thing. Happy to see you there. All right, so this is the Prelude 2. And after that, a short ad break, followed by your requests. The song list is now open, folks. So if you want to request something, feel free to pop it into the song list. Whatever your request ends up here, we do allow a total of 8 requests before we close the song list temporarily. I play through all 8 songs and then we open the song list again. So if you don't get one in right now, feel free to, stick around for a bit and then request something a bit later on. Alright, that was the Prelude 2 by Dustin O'Halloran. It also was the last song I chose myself right now. And now we do play 2 hours of whatever you guys want to hear. Please feel free to check out the song list. Don't be shy. If this is your first time around, we love to have you. And I'd love to know, what you want to hear, what bands you're interested in, what kind of music you're interested in. Even though we do piano instrumentals only today, we have a wide variety of different artists, different genres on the song list. So I'm positive you'll find something on there, and I'm excited to see what you want to hear today. Before that, though, we do run a 3-minute ad break. Thank you so much for understanding that. Again, we do this to make the stream a bit more accessible to people after the break with disabling pre-roll ads. Thank you for understanding, and I'll just improvise a little bit during those 3 minutes so you won't miss anything important. Just a little bit of, playing around. And then we do continue with your requests after the ad break. See you in a bit, in case you get those. And otherwise, we still do have a little bit of time. There we go. So let's do a little bit of improvising. I really love that this camera now is like on a, it's movable quite easily, as you can see here. I talked about this earlier, but it's so nice because it makes it so much easier to set up like the stream for a piano stream, whereas I use this camera filming the loop station on Wednesdays, for example. So yeah, that's quite nice. I also have some ideas, by the way, for the background. As you can see, a few things changed already. I still want more light, like a lamp on this side here. I have some ideas though. There might also be just some lights going up here. I added some greenery, and on this wall here, that's the only problem right now. Like, we got this wall here in the way, and to get rid of that, I would have to move my whole setup to the left into the room, which is not possible because I'm sharing this room now, right? I can't just use the whole room. So we have to kind of stick here, which means I'll probably just hang the guitars here, because we still have the acoustic guitar and the e-guitar. We don't use them very often on stream, right? But they still look nice, and I think if we put them on here, on this wall here, it kind of fills this blank space over here, with something nice. So yeah, I think, and then I think I'm quite happy with the setup actually. I thought I would have to change more, but I think with the abilities that we have at the moment and the capabilities, I guess, I think this is a great setup. It still takes time to get used to looking directly into the camera instead of staring to the left or the right? But we're getting there. We're getting used to it. And I mean, we can still, update the setup a little bit by maybe, putting the screen a bit higher. Right now it's down here. That's why I'm always looking like that. That's how I look at chat, right? But maybe we can get it below the camera, so at least I look like this, like here when I read, or maybe here or here, a little bit closer to the camera. But that's stuff for the future, right? Also, hey, Kaleidoscopy, it's so nice to see you again. You're also one of these people who just drop in every now and then. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well. Ad break, by the way, is over. Welcome back, everyone, and again, thank you so much for taking one for the team. Requests are slowly coming in. Appreciate that. D-Bodes, hey, long time no see indeed. But it's so good to do so. And thank you for requesting a song as well. Today we are doing piano songs only, D-Bodes. We have kind of a schedule now. Mondays is piano only, Wednesdays is everything goes. Fridays usually are loop heavy. However, this Friday there won't be a stream because we are having our 24-hour celebration on Saturday to Sunday. However, no worries. I'll just try to make Gangsta Paradise into a piano cover. That is possible, I think. Just so you know, you're not getting the whole thing, is what I'm saying. Just so you're not disappointed. Thanks, Kaleidoscopic, for requesting a song. Andy, so good to see you. How was your collab stream? Guys, Andy Boing is a pianist from Germany, streaming on Twitch as well. He's streaming oftentimes with his wife, Bibi, who's singing, playing the flute. And they had multiple musicians over there. They had a collab stream. It looked like a lot of fun. Was chaos as usual, but lots of fun. Nice. Always nice to see people meet up for that stuff. What else do we have? Don't have the free time when you're streaming very often. No worries, Kaleido. But thank you so much for taking the time if you can make it, you know? Always a treat to have you. Rob was there, that already means chaos. I'm looking forward to maybe, like I have something planned with Rob as well, like in the pipeline, I guess. We both always go on like, we have to meet finally, we have to do this finally. But we're both very busy, always, so I'm looking forward to the chaos with him though. Zach and Meowty, welcome in chat. Zach asked, can you do As the World Caves In? I don't think I know this song. If you want to request a song today, check out the song list. Here is a list. You can also search for artists in there or for songs specifically. Yeah, maybe you find something else you would like to hear. Meowty requested a song I didn't know anymore I had on the song list. This is going to be kind of a Half-Life then again. Looking forward to it though. When I say this, I never mean like, oh no, I don't know the song anymore. It's more like, we found one of those hidden gems again that I've done as a live learn like 2 years ago, added to the song list and then forgot about it. All right. Let's get into it before I talk too much again and we don't get to play some songs, right? Let's have a look at the song list together, what's requested right now. So we do start with Dirtmouth from, or composed by Christopher Larkin. This was in the original Hollow Knight soundtrack. Then we've got the classic Sonata in C by Mozart for Chris, some classical music, why not? D-Boats wants to hear Gangsta's Paradise. Then we've got Heaven's Not Enough for Kaleidoscopy, The Line by 21 Pilots for Tom. And then Somewhere Only We Know for Meowty. Oh, is that like Somewhere Only We Know? Ba, 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 ba. It's that one, I think. All right. Holy crap, Meowty. You've been here for 2 years, almost 3 years? Crazy. That's crazy. Do you remember how you found the stream, Meowty? Like, why you came here? Like, because, again, we have a 24-hour stream up. And I feel like a lot of people came during those events, right? All right, let's push that away again for now. And let's get into our first piece. This one's Dirtmouth. Hey, Mamela, welcome in. is this like this one chord in there at the end that's heavily offsetting me. Oh, Dirtmouth, though, by Christopher Larkin. Thank you so much, Finn, for joining us today and for requesting this song. Finally, when I looked at a list of live channels while I was at a stream, someone also made covers. I see, Miadi. Interesting that you still remember that, and thanks for sharing. Hey, Zasha, so good to see you in chat. And thank you so much for the kind claps, folks. Kaleidoscopy, Finn, and Mr. Size, thank you so much. Also, thanks for the 47 months, Mr. Size. We have a lot of people with crazy 2-digit numbers today. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. I was about to ask Finn, so you're into Silk Song, it's called, right? I heard about it being released. I didn't know that so many people were hyped about this game. I know Hollow Knight was like popular. I played it too, not like all the way through, but a little bit. But it's crazy, like how many people have been waiting for this. So it's a good time for you, I imagine. Also, Kaleidoscopy, thanks for the hydrate. Come here. Took me 3.5 hours to finally be able to purchase it. If it's that difficult to purchase, like, Jesus, how difficult is the first level then? It's like purchasing is the first level, you know? But I can imagine, like, if it was, I think it was the most pre-saved game on Steam or something like that, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So I imagine that broke their servers. Publisher disabled pre-orders, so that happened. I do like it though. Just fuck pre-orders. Pre-orders are so stupid. Like, give me a product and then I give you money for it if it works. That's how it should be, right? I think this pre-ordering stuff has become a thing with how do you call it, with like Kickstarter, things like that, because it became kind of a thing that developers or people, you know, who have the trust of their communities and their fans can finance something from their fans and then, you know, release the product. But I think it doesn't work for bigger projects very well, and it certainly doesn't work for publishers. Already got a shit ton of money. Purchasing was the easy part. The download, probably the download servers were like broken, right? All right. Anyways, let's continue. Let's continue. With the Sonata in C. It is probably one of the most played piano sonatas of all time. I myself have, like, I feel like it's one of those things, if you learn classical piano, a lot of times you would end up playing this. There we go. So, let's see how well I can still play this. I learned this the first time when I was, I think it was around 5th, 6th, 7th grade. So I think I have to check. Like, if I find my original music, sheet music again, it should be written on there when I practiced it, which year. But I reckon it would have been like around 2005, 5-ish, 2004, 5, 6-ish, something like that. Also, Meowdy, we don't have any AI commands in here. Just good old-fashioned, regular, handcrafted bots. You can, however, ask Steenway, our drunken zebra, a question. Just instead of AI, use !, tell me, just as one word. And Steenway will give you his deep, deep wisdom, at least as deep as the whiskey glass goes. This is such a deep answer, Andy. It's amazing. Because it means, like, if you want a story told, you have to do what it takes to get to the bottom of the whiskey glass. And if you do, the story probably already unfolded, you know what I mean? Oh, this command is not used often enough. Welcome in, Jax. What is going on right now? Where do these people come from? Jax says, hello. Whatever that means, really want you to play Unravel. That's nice. If you want me to play something, we got a certain way of doing things here. Maybe you can take the time to find out. Thank you so much. But thanks for your interest. Especially, it's always these things, you know, it's always Unravel. Sometimes Yuruma. Or, what's it called? You know, Flight of the Bumblebee or something like that. Alright, Chris, finally, your song. All right. And that was the Sonata in C major Köchelverzeichnis, if that means anything to anyone. 545. All three movements. The first movement, the second movement, and the third one. I have to say, back in the days, I was sick and tired of playing this piece. It was like my release. Every time I had to play somewhere as a kid, you know, it was the most comprehensive piece I learned up to this point. So naturally, whenever someone wanted me to play something, it was this piece. And then I got tired of it. But these days, going back to it, I actually start to appreciate it more, even though it's Mozart, which is one of my least favorite composers to play. Not to listen to, but to play. Mozart is so difficult to play, I feel like, because it sounds so simple, but it's very difficult to make it sound so simple and like easygoing. I don't know how to describe it. Jovial might be a good word for it as well, Chris, yeah. Thank you so much, Andy, for the work lurk. I hope you get some stuff done. Thanks for keeping us company. Welcome back, Meowdy. Chit Chat, good to see you, and thank you for the collab. Same goes to Kaleidoscope. Now he's talking, we can collab. Yeah, sorry about that. Mamela, Rob, welcome in chat. Schnulf is here. So many people have been joining during this. Also, I'm a huge fan of people clapping in between movements. I don't care. Like, depends, of course, on the venue, right? But I feel like, especially here, right? I don't read chat anyways when I'm playing by sheet. So it's nice to see afterwards, you know, when somebody said something in chat. So always feel free to. Beethoven is meaner? I don't know. I like, it's very personal, I think, as well, but I think, you know, there's technical wise, there's pieces by Beethoven that are very difficult and others that are easy, and vice versa with Mozart. But I feel like in general, it's much more difficult for me to find a nice way to play Mozart and for it to sound the way I want it to, maybe. And with Beethoven, it's a bit easier. Like if I play some Beethoven sonata, it's easier to be like, that's probably how I want it to sound, right? For example, if you play this. I mean, there's small details, right? You can start a bit louder, like. Like, that's all stuff that comes naturally. But if you have something like. How do you make that sound interesting and not just play everything the same way and it sounds like something being played in an elevator at one of those companies you don't want to go to, but you have to? You know what I mean? But how do you do this? Like, you can't just apply like... Because then, because of its simple nature, if you put in too many dynamics, I feel like it sounds a bit like gewollt und nicht gekonnt, it would be in German, you know? It sounds a bit like you're just putting it in there so it sounds artsy, but it doesn't really fit, you know? And that's what I mean. It's like, how do you make it interesting without making it weird, without making it not fitting, but at the same time not being too boring, you know? I had a friend from Japan, Nakamura Taiki. He was a concert pianist back then, and he was specializing in Mozart. And goddamn, he's one of the only people I know who can play Mozart, and you're sitting there and like, that's actually nice, interesting music. But again, that's from my perspective, I guess. Maybe there's people who specifically like that about Mozart, you know, that there's not too many crazy dynamics going. It's just like a simple, joyous melody and, you know, it does things. Who knows? Moonlight First movement is slow. Yeah, but like the faster you go, the easier it gets, Andy, I feel like. Like, Because then you can't really hear that many dynamics either way. You know what I mean? Like you can go from quiet to loud or not, you know? But like still with this, there's still a way where you would go, this is how it sounds interesting and good, and this is how it just sounds like someone's playing the same thing in the same volume all the time, you know? But there's like a certain how do I say this? At least for me, again, that's just from my perspective. But for Beethoven, the dynamics come more naturally to me. And with Mozart, it's more like I have to actively think about how to make it interesting. And there's only one piece by Mozart where that's not the case, where I do kind of get a feeling on how I want it to sound. And that is the one piece that he wrote quite late, the Fantasy in D minor, which is so unlike anything else Mozart did that I wish he would have lived longer to see what else he would have come up with. By the way, welcome in Badehaus. It's so good to see you. And yeah, that goes a bit like this. Like this is also Mozart. Like there's so many interesting things happening. I feel like you can play this 10 different ways and everything will sound different, but still like that's how it should be played. With Mozart, I feel like there's only one or two ways to do this, you know what I mean? But well, enough Mozart bashing. It's not like I don't like Mozart, right? That's just the difficulties I have with playing it. Can you play Flight? Didn't I just say earlier, Meowty? That's like one of the... It's always these kind of things that people request. That we as musicians always make fun of. Like, why would I? Why would I play Flight of the Bumblebee faster than it is? Meowty. Why would I play it from the beginning? Of course I can't. What kind of question is that? Can you play Rashi? Can you play it twice the speed? It's not always about speed, let me tell you. Let me tell you about something about life. If you play something slower, you slow down too, and you can start to appreciate it. That's why I like slow things and not fast things. Finn says... yeah. Finn says is just that feeling of, oh shit, I did something wrong, and IRL people don't really know it was you. Just the people directly around you. Oh god, Pathétique I haven't played in a while. Now I kind of want to try out... Which one was that? Pathétique. Oh, so nice. I love this one. Let's try it. I'm so sorry. We're going off the rails again. Yeah, play the hardest song you know. What's the hardest song you know? What's the hardest song you can play? What's the fastest song you can play? I'm... Like on good days, I just smirk it away. On worst days, it's just downright fucking annoying, you know what I mean? Can you play The Mandalorian? That's a request I can get behind again, Silver. That's fine. That one I'll do. Alright, let's try. There we go, Pathétique. Well, Well, it says grave here. Let's play it gravely. Almost. What? We're still in the same key, right? We're up here, or... can't be right there. Ah. Oh well, it goes on for a long time. But, you know, point being, even though, of course, there's differences in the difficulty, technically, of playing these pieces, right? With this one, I still, even though this is like, it's not the first time I played this. I think I fiddled around with playing it by sheet a long time ago, but it's been at least like 2 years, probably, sometime, maybe more, that I played this. And still, I had like a general idea and understanding on how I would have wanted it to sound, you know? Not that I could do it immediately, of course, but there's like in the back of my head, there's like this thing of, oh, once I got the technical stuff down, this is how I want to work towards how it sounds. And I feel like, again, with Mozart, I struggle a lot to do this. Jet, by the way, I think I forgot to say hi earlier. And we had a lot of talking in chat. I mean, I've been playing quite a while. So let me quickly go through this and then we continue with your song requests. Again, I'm so sorry. We stalled a bit. Silver, welcome in, by the way. So good to see you as well in chat. If you want my $1, you better outplay the gods. Got one request I personally find interesting, but I never know what musicians think about it, so please folks in here, let me know. My favorite request is, what is the most gloomy, depressing classical piece you can think of? You want to know what I think about this question, or how I would answer it? Or how we would answer it, Jet? Oh yeah, okay, chat. This got mixed up. Yeah, I was mostly talking about people on the net just bursting into these rooms, yeah, and just shouting around. You know, like, I think it's equal to a gaming streamer. Imagine someone playing Battlefield on stream, and somebody just comes in and says like, hey, how about you play this class next? And can you please go to that mountain and snipe for like 10 minutes? I'd like to see that, you know. I mean, obviously, we are here to kind of provide something, right? We provide entertainment, we provide music in this case as music streamers. But it's always about how, you know? It's not always about the what. You know, people oftentimes when someone comes in and goes like, can you play Rushy? And I'm like, sorry dude, no, like, hate that song. Or I tell them, hey, would have been nice if you said hi first or something. People always, or not always, but oftentimes go like, oh, you know, like, that's so cringe the way you react. Like, just, it's the internet. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like put in an essay into chat? Like, it's the internet, you know? And that's what I don't get. Like, we still read each other's messages. Of course, there's a certain vibe on the net. Like, we write differently in chat than we would talk in a conversation just because the medium is different. But I don't understand why people think as soon as they are on the internet, it's not real anymore. It's not, you know, you can't hurt anyone. You can't, obviously, you shouldn't let what people on the internet say get to you. But then again, you also maybe shouldn't just, you know, spout nonsense about. And I feel like as someone creating a space on the internet like this one, like this stream, I think we still have a certain obligation maybe, or we should maybe just try to be nice to each other still, you know, and try not to take too much space, try to read the room. Like, these things are things that you can still do to a certain extent in a chat room, right? And Andy, you're going to work. Like, I'm so sorry I'm keeping you here. Oh, Battlefield. Now you're speaking my love language, this chat. Well, I'm glad I found a game with which the analogy worked best for you. Well, anyways, let's continue to play some music, folks. I wanted to do a break at 4. We might already been running into an ad break. No, we're not. Okay. So let's do like 1, 2, 3 more songs and then we do an ad break then. And a short break in general. I'll be off. Getting something to drink, maybe having a snack real quick. Stepping outside to get some fresh air because it gets warm in here. And then we continue. We'll still be here until 6. So that will just be a break for me to recharge a bit. And then we continue. So would be nice to have you with us for the next 2 hours if you can make it. Otherwise, we'll be here again at Wednesday and then again on Saturday for a whopping 24-hour stream. So that was my instrumental interpretation of Gangsta's Paradise. This one was requested by D-Boats. Thank you so much for making the time to check our humble little living room again, and I hope you enjoyed this request again. Well, Thank you so much also everyone else for the claps. Silver, I'm sorry to hear that you've got such an annoying day. I have to drive back to work after today for the third time. If all goes well, I won't have to do another night shift soon again. Well, I hope so too. Working in shifts, especially at night and during the day in changes, can be so bothering. So hang in there. You got this, and I hope you get some rest soon. That was Heaven's Not Enough, which I also hope you liked. I tried to make it a bit more different from usually. I think it has not often been requested as an instrumental yet. I did overgo something, Rob. In case you're still here, thank you so much for the 23 months on tier 2. Thank you so much for your request. I just saw the notification now, but I appreciate your support so much. And now we will be hopping over into a break. During this break, there will also be an ad running at some point. 3 minutes of those, actually. Thank you so much for going through those. Again, it helps keep the stream available and open and accessible to anyone afterwards. We'll be back in about 50 minutes, I reckon. Again, mostly trying to, you know, shake off the sitting around here. And then we continue with more requests. We still have some songs in the song list. We still got lots ahead of us. And yeah, I hope we can share that as soon as I'm back. Thank you so much to my mods who are here, sometimes active, sometimes lurking. It helps out a bunch. And of course, to all of you for listening and for spending time with us here. Yeah, see you in a bit. During my break, by the way, there will be some music playing from my albums that we already released. Our latest one was at the start of this year, in January. We released Adrift. And now, in about a week, less than a week actually, on the 13th at 4 p.m. straight, we will release our next EP. I promised this when we hit the donation goal earlier for the music videos. So music videos will be coming later in the year. And the EP will be released during the 24-hour celebration. Title is already done. The artwork is done. Everything is done, basically. And I'm excited to share the artwork with you and the cover on Wednesday. And then we'll release the whole thing on Saturday, sorry. Yeah, so if you want to hear a little bit of my music, feel free to check out the previous albums. The music you hear during the break is also from those albums. Thank you so much, and talk to you soon. All right, folks, we are back. Thank you so much for your patience during my break. And again, thank you for enduring the ad break as well. We are now a full hour ad-free. Our next request is The Line by 21 Pilots. This one was requested by Tom. After that, we've got Somewhere Only We Know from Meowty, Una Mattina for Stallion Man, the Mandalorian theme, and the Interstellar theme. So a little bit of scoring later on. Finn, in case you still hear this, have a great one. Thank you so much for being here today. This was The Line. And now we continue with Somewhere Only We Know. Hey Mindful Lotus, thank you for taking the time to say hi and for being here. We're happy whenever you can make it. Same goes of course to Yanni. Finally you're here. Hope you're having a great week so far. Hope you had a good weekend. And there we go. This was Somewhere Only We Know. Meowity, thank you so much for the request. This was your first request in a while, so I hope it was worth the wait today. Let me see. Jet says, I gotta say, there's one thing that I absolutely love about your streams. When you're playing the piano, the whole stream seems to be floating in an almost hypnotic way. The pieces fade into each other. Chords you're playing in between, so very stimmig. Stimmig. And it's actually resetting my mood every time I can watch you. Thank you very much. Oh, that's such a nice thing to say. Thank you so much for sharing this. I'm glad the vibe of the stream helps you kind of reset your mood. I appreciate that. There's a lot of actual thought going into this, so I appreciate it. I still need to find a certain vibe like this for Wednesday and Fridays. I think streams there are a bit more chaotic, right? Welcome in, Taka. And again, Chad, Thank you for the kind words. I'm glad you feel that way. And you're welcome, Spelling Man. We played Una Mattina for you, and now Silver requested one for you too. I love how this is by now even titled Stelly Man's Hymn. That was Ludwig Göransson's theme to The Mandalorian. That I guess we will hear next in the upcoming movie. Still not very sure about that one, I'll be honest. Silver says, seeing your keyboard in full view right now makes me remember how heavy it was. Yeah, this is, I think, officially about 33 kilograms. Like I'm able to move it slightly on my own, but I'm not able to carry it around without help. Get a keyboard, they said. You'll be more mobile, they said. You can take it everywhere you want, they said. It's a home workout station. Rather than an actual piano, yes, Turka. That's true. That's true. And the problem is this is a stage piano, not a keyboard. Maybe that was the issue with it. But I'm quite happy with the decision I made, I'll be honest. Moby might be unhandy, but still love it. Yes, indeed. We got 4 cameras now. Okay, we got this one. We got this one. We got this one, which is movable. So this one can also film like the loop station, and then this one. Welcome in, Miguel. Interstellar, composed by Hans Zimmer and arranged by Patrick Pietschmann. This leads us to the end of the queue at the moment. As you can see, there's no more songs requested after this. In case you still have a request or a wish, now's the time. We will close the song list in about 20 minutes or so. In the meantime, I'll just choose some songs myself to keep you entertained and to keep us in this chill mood. This one is a newfound favorite of mine by a newfound favorite artist of mine. One of my favorites, I would say by now. This is Olafur Arnalds, Saman, it's called. saying hi. Melon and Exxon Fixer, both of you, thank you so much for the kind words in chat, and thank you for joining us today. I'm glad you enjoyed this one, and yeah, hope to see you again. In Melon's case, Exxon seems to be still here, so hi there. Why do I keep muting myself again, even though I moved the button? This has to be like automatic somehow. God fucking damn it. Makara, long time no see, eh? Bronto, welcome in. You just pretend it's a John Cage piece, yeah. Jesus, and it always happens with the pieces. It always happens with the pieces where I play like for 15 minutes by sheet. And then I notice it. God damn it, this is like thoroughly annoying. This was thoroughly annoying, I'll tell you. This was like 20 pages. I hate this so much. I hate this. Do we go again though? Do we gonna go again with this? I again pressed buttons. Like how? Seriously. I thought it was a good idea with a touchscreen thingy. I really like the Steam Deck, but I wish there was a way to just freeze those buttons. Like just the touchscreen, you know? Like just make the touchscreen not touchable and make the rest interactive. This is annoying the shit out of me. I don't think there is any way to do this. Nope, nope, nope. Nah, I would have to like get a button and the button would have to disable it. Oh god, and I don't even know if that's a thing. Because there's probably like a ignore all actions button. But then again, I want to use the rest of the Stream Deck. I just don't want the touchscreen get in the way. Alright. Let's do it again, you know? Just because. Alright, let's try. Yeah, the thing is, I do want, like, need that button to sometimes adjust things, you know? Not very often, but yeah. Maybe I'll just put it on the second page of the Stream Deck. And I also normally take a glance at it. The problem is with the new setup, the microphone is on the same side as the Stream Deck. So right now I don't even see the Stream Deck. Like I always have to go like besides it to actually touch it. Because as you can see, this is in the way, you know? So I don't see this while I'm playing. And then I go like this. And I more or less know where the buttons are. Are you using the touch at all? Not really, that's the thing, but I can't disable it. The Stream Deck so far, I didn't find a way to do this. And like moving the mic away, yeah, the problem is that's all things that I have to spend energy in my brain to do. Does that make any sense? Like it's not part of my workflow. Yes, I could like move the mic away and forth again. Yes, I could like check before every single piece I play. I could just check if everything works the way it should be, you know? But that's just an additional 10 seconds of brain that I need to use for that every single time, and it would annoy the shit out of me. That's the problem. Is there a mod command you can make to make something pop up on your screen somewhere? Not really. I could do one so it's in the overlay, but then I would have to have OBS open, and I'm also switching between 4 different things on my screen here all the time, you know, while I'm playing also. Like I have the browser open, I have my DAW open, I have OBS open, I have some other stuff open. I switch between multiple things in the browser, so yeah. That also doesn't really, like, buy another brain would be a great idea, Turka. Or like, the thing is, if I would have like endless money, you know, then I would get like 4 screens and have all these things on 4 different touch screens that are all connected and all work. Then again, the problem is that so far my PC is not able to have like multiple touch screens connected for some fucking reason. But you know, that's the thing. You always have to find the perfect balance between what you can afford and what you can do at the moment technically, and what works with your personal workflow, right? Again, all I would have to do is know that in the back of my mind. I could mute myself and then have a look at it every now and then. But again, that's just annoying. Axon says don't multitask, monotask. If I would just monotask, I couldn't stream Axon. There's no other way than, well, you could monotask, but like monotasking and then switching between monotasking real fast so it looks like multitasking is, in my opinion, the key. Otherwise, I would need like 2 more people that I hire that do the stuff that I do, you know, constantly while playing. An emergency mobile phone, I love that, Sally, man, where you can just call me. It's just, the number is just for that. If it's just for that, it's like a throwaway phone. We could just put the number on screen. Like, if I mute, please call. That would be hilarious. Oh, man. Also, we have a raid. Sören, vielen, vielen lieben Dank für dein Raid. Schön, dass du da bist. Und auch an alle, die natürlich mit reingeradet sind. Vielen, vielen Dank, dass ihr einem hauptsächlich englischsprachigen Kanal eine Chance gebt. Hoffe, ihr hattet einen wunderschönen Stream. Viel Spaß. Weiß nicht, hast du heute Musik gemacht oder co-worked? Sören, lasst uns das gerne wissen. And everyone in chat, please check out Sören. He's a singer, songwriter, plays the guitar, some other stuff. He's also one half of a band I used to listen to, actually. We have even some songs of theirs on our song list. He's now, as far as I know, mostly doing stuff solo. I think Badehouse and Zern also know each other from like medieval fairies and stuff like that. So yeah, please check him out. Wonderful musician, and also, again, as far as I know, still does co-working streams every now and then. It was quite a silent raid, but maybe there's someone in there. Oha, Englisch. Aktuell nicht meine Kernkompetenz. Kein Problem, Ratti. Gar kein Problem, wenn du des Angelsächsischen nicht mächtig bist. Aber, genau. Wenn du mal einen Kommentar auf Deutsch in den Chat schreibst, wir haben ein paar Leute, die jetzt nicht komplett fließend sind, was Englisch angeht. Ich verstehe es, wie gesagt. Ich gehe auch gerne kurz drauf ein. Aber im Großen und Ganzen halten wir uns eben ans Englische, einfach um den Stream möglichst offen für Menschen aus aller Welt zu halten. Sex kann ich. Nö, wo? Dann Sex ist auch okay. I'm really bad at my impressions of German accents. Well, thanks for being here, Rati. Vielen Dank fürs Zuhören. Alright, if Zern is nowhere to be found, normally I'd love to play him a song. Oh god, we have an ad in progress immediately with the raid, so I just imagine him being gone. Being drowned by the ads. I'm so sorry. And thanks so much, Mom, for gifting another sub to Cern. Sind Sie auch Deutscher? I think about half of our... I think statistically like 40-45% of our viewers are German, actually. So yeah. I think there's always someone who's able to translate. I just want to keep the chat mostly in English, because if it's mixed like too much, people get like I feel like people get mostly confused on like, oh, is this English? Is this German? Like, which language do I use? Am I like bothering him if he speaks German? If I'm bothering him if I speak English, you know? Alright, but I mean, normally today is a piano day. We were just about to play something, then I muted myself for 10 minutes. We played this one before. A wonderful piece. But since we have CERN here now, and people from CERN, let's actually try to play an instrumental of one of his pieces that we have on the song list. Give me a second. I mean, yeah, this one kind of works. Here we go, little musical nod towards CERN. Please, again, check out his channel, check out his stream. Wonderful to spend time there. Alright, so, folks, we are about half an hour away from the end of our stream. I'll be here until 6 p.m. Which means we have time for a few more pieces. Maybe 4 or 5 before we hop off. Now, what do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we play though? We could do some more Naudi. We could do some Hanyarani. Actually, we could play 1 or 2 pieces by those artists that I don't know so well so far. For example, Esya, I think, is one that I haven't played so often. So let's do this one. I'm not muted. this was an original called An Elephant's Tears. Melon asks, are we allowed to do song suggestions? So my streams usually are 4 hours long, and in the second and third hour of the stream in the middle, we do 2 hours of requests. You can see that when it says the song list is open up here. It means the song list for suggestions is open. In the last hour, I always, wind down a bit. In the first hour, I warm up a bit with my own choices. However, if there's something you desperately want to hear, you can always kindly ask in chat, If I feel like it, you might just, get lucky and I'm like, oh yeah, you know what, I want to try that. So yeah, if you have something in mind right now, let me know, Melon. Otherwise, again, we slowly improvise our way out of the stream. little bit of Legend of Zelda. Was not only Ocarina of Time, but some stuff. You can find all of those songs also in our song list, so in case you plan to return, Melon, and you want to hear one of those again, feel free to. And I'm glad you enjoyed them so much. Jet says only 7.5k points left until the live learn request. Well, I'm looking forward to that one. We need to fill 1,000 songs this year, right? Alright, Silver, you have a good rest of your day at work. I hope it doesn't go too long. I hope you don't have to pull another night shift. Yeah, hang in there. Hang in there. You're doing great. Alright, since we're almost at the end of the stream, let me say one or two more things yet again that I already mentioned, but that I want to mention again just in case some of you have been joining late and didn't hear. This week we have a little bit of a different schedule than, well, what's usually these days, right? But we do have a little bit of a different schedule. We stream today until 6, normal stream. On Wednesday, regular stream, mixed music. We play piano, sing, rap, loop, experiment around. As we always do on a Wednesday, we never know what we get. It's like a box of chocolates. Then, however, our Friday stream won't be happening. Because I need to prepare and sleep ahead for our stream on Saturday. And if you can make one stream this week, Saturday would be the one. We have a 24-hour celebration for 5 years on Twitch, almost a full year as a full-time musician now. We have, you know, so much to celebrate over those 5 years. And of course, you are included in that. We gotta celebrate you guys as well, because without you, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to do those 5 year stream anniversaries, you know. And I'm very excited about it. We've got some guests. 4 are confirmed at the moment, with a possible 2 more to join. We got, yeah, for example, we got Mark, you know, he was in chat earlier. He'll be there at 10 in the evening. Then, yeah, the rest will be announced soon. Don't want to spoil too much. The stream will go from 10 a.m. on Saturday, which is Central Eastern Standard Time. If you're, for example, in New York, that would be 4 in the morning. If you're on the East Coast, I think if you're on the West Coast, that would be like 2 in the morning. If you're in Australia, that's probably like 5 or 6 in the evening, or something around that. But yeah, that's when we're starting. Oh, West Coast is even 1 a.m. All right, good to know. But yeah, around that time, we'll start, but we will go for at least 24 hours, which means, well, except if you know, something crazy happens. Of course, if there's, if I notice I can't do it, health-wise, you know, if I really don't feel like it, of course we gotta you know, end the stream, because you know, that's the most important thing, right? We don't do this because we want to ruin my health or yours. We do this to, you know, have a good time and have a fun time together. And I know obviously most of you can't be there, if not all of you can't be there for the full 24 hours. We got a few crazy people last time who did that. But yeah, so whenever you want to join, we'll be there until Sunday. And the I guess most important or most special time around this stream would be around 3 p.m, 4 p.m. On 3 p.m. we start to, you know, show you a little bit of some clips about the new EP. we reached our donation goal a while ago, thanks to, you know, these huge donation that came in, which means I promised you guys another EP. This one has 4 tracks, so much I can tell so far. I won't spoil the title yet. I won't spoil the cover yet. You know our last 3 albums, Apart, Away and Adrift, which had like these black and white photographies that I did over the years. And I really like how those turned out, but I think it's time for a change, you know? Like these 3 albums were kind of a trilogy. They kind of belong together. Also title-wise, right? And now we're kind of moving on, you know? We're in this in-between zone. And then I hope our next album after that will be, you know, a bit different. I wanna start experimenting and branching out a bit. So yeah, I'm very excited about it. It's only 4 tracks, it's only 30 minutes long, but it fits very well to the idea of the album, because you know me, as always, I had to think about things. I just like getting creative like that with this stuff, you know. Sounds kind of pseudo deep when you talk about it afterwards, but it's more like it all happened, and in the end it created this thing yet again. You know, last time we had the people, the patrons, choosing most of the titles of the track on Drift. Then we had the titles. They didn't know the titles of each other, so everyone was just doing 2 or 3 titles. And then I had all the songs with the titles, and I just sorted them by their wave file, by their loudness. Started with the most silent one and went on after that. And all of a sudden we had like a story about life, even with the titles. That's what I mean. Like, it's not as if I planned these things ahead and I'm like trying to get these super deep messages in, but I really like when these things come together after a while, you know, and they did with this album as well, or with this EP. So that will be released 4 p.m. on Saturday, starting at 3 p.m. again. We're gonna talk a bit about it, and yeah. I have some other fun ideas for the stream. You know, we've got some community games again, a little bit of gaming, a little bit of music, a little bit of talks with folks. Everything that we enjoyed doing during the last few years will be in the stream as well. And of course, since it's 5 years and that's a long time, we'll also look a bit back, you know? Not too long, maybe we have a 2-hour slot or so, where we watch some old clips, we go through how this stream changed, the different milestones we reached, at what point, and how all of this came together to basically build my career right now as a musician. Thanks to you guys. So I would love to see some of your names there. That's about that. Monologue end. Hey, Ninny. And Yanni, exactly, it's genau. Exactly, it's this upcoming weekend. We start on Saturday the 13th, 10 a.m. CEST, and then we go until Sunday the 14th, 10 a.m. CST. Then I sleep a lot, and after that, on the 15th, there will be a regular stream on a Monday. However, that also will be my birthday. So we've got the 24-hour stream celebration, then sleep, and then another kind of like small, chill birthday stream, I guess. I haven't really planned anything for that, but it's a Monday, and I'm streaming anyway, so we'll see, you know? We'll see. An IRL birthday stream like yours, Turka? I don't know. Like, how do you do it? Like, you, Turka, and but also like you as in other people, like, for the life of God, I can hold like 1-hour monologues when I'm sitting alone in my room here. When my partner, who's living with me now, when I just hear her walk in the corridor, and I mean, we're not talking about a stranger here, right? That already sometimes like gets me a little bit out of it. I'm so easily distracted. So when I'd be outside and I'd be like trying to stream with like people around, with like people doing their regular shit in the streets, and me like walking around with, even if it's just my phone as a camera, you know, like I can't even do that. I would feel like so exposed somehow and weird about it. Because like every time someone else is like walking around and filming like that, I feel like I would feel bad for filming people. I would always like check on what am I filming, who am I filming, do people think I might be filming them, because that might make them uncomfortable too. Like I would never sit down in a restaurant, even if the camera is just pointed at me, streaming, you know? That like I would be so afraid of weirding people out, because they just sit there and want to eat, you know? So I don't know. I think there will never be really an IRL stream like that, I guess. There might be a, you know, stuff like during the 24-hour stream where we went outside and did some sports in the backyard, you know, stuff like that maybe. In the flat, we should have done that earlier, because now I am not living alone anymore, right? So it's not only about like filming in my own private rooms, but also in someone else's private rooms, right? So I don't think that's gonna like happen. So yeah. Hey, yeah, Mr. Barlow, welcome in chat. I'm even embarrassed to take selfies in public. I'm even embarrassed to take selfies alone at home, Nini. You're crazy for trying it in public. But yeah, I would feel the same. Like, I also hate talking on the phone in the streets. In the streets, it's kind of okay-ish, but I hate being on the phone. Like, as soon as I walk into a train or a tram or a bus, I just tell people like I have to go, you know? Like, I can't. I just feel too exposed, I guess. Anyways, how do we end up there? Taka says, but I feel weird, to be honest, especially when going in English among Czechs. Fair enough. I mean, you said you're not talking like too much, right, when you walk around, but still, like, you're doing that, you know? You're walking around, you're talking to yourself, basically. Oh, I don't know. Yoga with Steinway. Oh god, we could try. I'll ask him, Yanni, for the 24-hour celebration. He might appear. Who knows? Try my best not to shoot people. That's so good of you. You know, like, I love that you try not to shoot people. How's it going so far? Oh, I'm so sorry, Taka. Out of context, I try my best not to shoot people, but it's unavoidable. The only time someone asked if I'm filming them, and here's the context, folks, if you clip this, was that guy in the sweatshirt when I bought the ice cream 3 years ago. Fair enough. I mean, some people don't care about it, right? It's also a lot just like self-perception, right? I guess there's places where nobody would feel weirded out if I stream in a certain way, you know? If I make clear that I'm not filming people, but still. Anyways, that's our schedule for this week. Today, Wednesday, and then Saturday. And then we'll be there again next Monday. Let's try to find back to what I originally wanted to say. That's that. On Wednesday, however, this Wednesday, we will also be revealing the cover art and who's the artist I contacted to do the cover art, because this time around I did not, well, I did design the cover, but I did not design the artwork on the cover, if that makes any sense. And I'm very happy I got to work with this artist again. Not the first time. I'm not saying more, but some of you might already got their ideas if they have been, especially if you've been here for a while. I'm really happy how it turned out. And yeah, we're gonna show that on Wednesday. A little bit of a tease. Without the title though. The title will be revealed during the 24-hour stream, and the artwork on Wednesday, and also who's the artist. And the artist also gave us a little bit of a behind the scenes, a making of video that we're gonna see. It's not very long, but still, you know, it's nice that they did that. I didn't ask for it at all. Also, and I can say that already, I don't think that's something you need to tease. I'm not using AI, no, Mr. Bala. I would never. That's maybe one of the reasons why I specifically wanted to hire an artist, you know. And speaking of that, because, you know, I always try to support other people as much as they supported me. What we're going to do during the 24-hour stream is starting at 3 p.m. when we reveal the album and everything. I don't know the exact way we do this yet. I might just open something up in my coffee shop or something. But basically, there will be prints available of the artwork on the cover that the artist in question, that I won't mention yet, and me will be both signing and sending out. And all the, how do you say, all the earnings, everything that you guys are able to give towards those printed signed prints, will also go 100% towards that artist. And again, more details on that and to which countries we can ship, etc. We will let you know during the 24-hour stream. All right, so who are we rating after this? Let us have a look. Who's live? So many people. Oh god, there's so many people live right now. Do you guys have any idea, any wishes, any preferences about who to rate? As most of my regular streams with Sudoku are like that, to be honest. I feel weirder describing my flow of thoughts and numbers than showing stuff around to possibly no one. And possibly to a few lost souls who stumble over the vault. Definitely. Welcome in, Mr. Bala. Atlantis. Right, Court just went live, right? Johnny Keek. Oh, yeah, and Scrufffox. I love that I follow all those already. Seen them as well. But we haven't been at Johnny's for a while. And he's also just starting? Is he on a break? Oh no, he rated out. Alright, that's why. I think Johnny is not live anymore. Joshua's live. Scruffy Fox, there we go. Yeah, why not head over there? A little bit of synths. Sounds good. All right, so what can I say except thank you? Oops, there we go. This is what I wanted. Thank you so much, guys, for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the stream, this community, and my work. As always, there's a few people to thank specifically. Those people are most and foremost my mods. Thank you so much, Turka and Stallion Man, for being here today. Doranica, Serene Turtle, Zatsune are oftentimes lurking. So thank you also for being here in case you were. Thank you everyone who was listening, who was lurking. We appreciate your lurkers as well. And of course, a special thanks to the people supporting me on a monthly basis on Ko-fi. As mentioned before, I do this as a full-time musician now these days, so every little bit of support helps a bunch, especially the people who decided to do this monthly, since it helps to, you know, have a little bit more security when it comes to my income. Those people that I want to shout out are, there we go, Affes, Cavinius, Doranakan, Doodles, Fishalicious, Frankie, Clara, Lisa, Lobrezo, Memelamo, Mr. Bala, Mr. Size, Rob, Silver, and Xanep. Thank you all so much for doing this, as well, of course, as the people who are subbed on Twitch here, who threw in some bits today, or who sometimes come in with a one-time donation. Again, all of it helps a bunch. It pays my rent. It pays this life that I'm so grateful for. So thank you so much. Now, one last piece, and then we raid out over to Scruffy. Please feel free. Oh, god damn it, Scruffy also raided out? Okay, never mind. We're not raiding Scruffy. What is this? This is the second streamer that just goes offline right after we choose to raid them. Well, okay, it's 6 p.m, so a lot of people end right now. That could be. It's the full hour. Well, let's find someone else then. Oh, Kyla is also here live. So let's go there. Oh, Zoe is an amazing musician. Great human being as well. Like, met her twice in during the TwitchCons. Talked once a little bit more with her. Great stuff. But the thing is, I think she's like established as a musician by now on this platform. She's got like normally like 300, 400 people watching. And I'd love to, you know, rather support smaller artists. I never really rate bigger streamers because I always feel like it's just like poofing off, you know what I mean? And I feel like it does more when I rate someone who's a bit smaller. So yeah, we're rating Kyla. She is a singer-songwriter that I also worked with before. Yeah, plays the guitar, sings. Great community over there as well. So, hope you have a great time with her. Feel free to copy the raid call to make some noise over there. And we see each other again next Wednesday, 2 days. Oh, so Tackless. Remind me next time we can hop over there next time for sure, Tucker. And oh, Chris also met her. All right. Robbie Key, I've rated like 2 or 3 times now, Andy. And he's like streaming all the time when we're streaming. It's crazy. But yeah, we'll surely be there as well sometime again.